Welcome to Mackenzie Creations. In this video, we are going to work with Griffin Perfect Present Easel dies. And so I want to go ahead and get started on my Christmas cards. I don't want to wait till the last minute. And this, I believe, is from a few years back. And of course, craft day comes every month. I wish it didn't because I never have time to use all the dies up. So I have a lot of dies that I have that are just sitting, waiting to be used. So I thought this would be perfect to get started with. So I grabbed some paper from my Griffin Create 8 stash. And so I have this pretty red. And then I have this right here. It's double-sided. So I just grabbed some papers out of the packets that we had. And I really wish I can attend Create 8 this year. It's going to be in a few weeks, and I believe sometime in the beginning of November. But it was just too expensive for me. So I'm really hoping they'll sell the individual sets at HSN like they did in the past, because they had some really cute dies that I would like to get. This is actually vellum, and it actually goes with the cardstock that I just showed you. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, it's this one right here. And so I don't know what I'm going to use for this card. I was just grabbing things out so I can try to be a little bit better organized. This is vellum right here as well. And it goes with this cardstock. So I'm going to take a few minutes to try to figure out what I want to do. I have the instructions on the back right here, and we'll go over that when I get back. Okay, I am back, and I figured out what papers I want to use for cutting out my dies. And so I'm on step 1 of the instructions, and it's a die cut an easel, a shadow layer, die cut and emboss a present layer, die cut and emboss the embellishment layers. So for my easel layer, using this big die right here, I'm going to use this poinsettia paper right here. And then for the shadow layer, I'm going to use the gold right here. And then for the gift box layer, I'm going to use the red. And then for the embellishments, let me just bring this back over. So you have your bow right here. It looks like a little gift tag that you can use. And these are different shaped gift tags. And then this is the actual stopper. So I'm not sure what colors I want to use. So I'll think about that. And when I come back, I'll have everything cut out. I may have some stoppers that are already made up from Create 8, so I'll check and see. Either way, if I use something that's made up already, or I may cut this out using my color palette. So we'll see. But when I come back, I'll have everything cut out so we can start assembling our card. Okay, before I actually cut my dies out, I will be using my Griffin Empress machine just because these dies are big. And so the plates that I use when I cut, so I have the clear metal plate at the bottom. And then I have the metal shim right here. And then I have this magnetic mat. And then I have a top clear plate. And so I'll just lay my paper down. And then my die right here, I lay the sharp side down. And I'm just trying to get it so I'm taking up the least amount of paper, because up here when it cuts, I'll have extra that I can use for my embellishments if I want to. And then I put my clear plate down, and I'll just run it through the machine. So I'll do this each time for the rest of the things I need to cut out. Okay, I am back, and I have all my pieces cut out. And when I did this layer right here, I didn't realize I had another layer from another project on here. So it made an indentation in here with this little piece right here. I don't know what project I was working on last. But anyway, I'm not too concerned because this is going to be mostly covered up by this right here. And this kind of curled a little bit, I guess, because of the pressure of the machine. So I'm actually gonna just sit something on here while we assemble the rest of the pieces. So hopefully it'll flatten out a little bit. This is my diamond press Marquise machine. Okay, so I'm gonna get my instructions. We're gonna get this piece right here. This is the actual easel. And it says fold the easel along the score lines and add adhesive to the tab as shown. So we're going to get it folded on the score line and then add the adhesive right here. Okay. And even with this pattern paper, you can still see the score lines pretty good. I haven't made an easel card in a while. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're going to fold this part right here. Okay, so I'm reading my directions. It says on step 2 to add the adhesive right here. So it'll be right here at the top right here. And then the next step is saying you're adding this present layer to the shadow of this layer. So I'm going to actually do step 2 with the glue after I get this part glued down because I don't want my glue to dry. So I'll actually take this piece and we're going to get this glued down to this shadow layer. I'd rather do this first. That way my glue won't dry. So I'm just getting glue all in between here. I hope it don't go through these holes too much. Because I hate making a mess, especially on this type of paper. It doesn't look really nice. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to hold this down for a few seconds and I'll be back. Okay, I am back. So I have my present glued down to the shadow layer. And now I'm going to go back to step 2 where we're going to put glue right here on the easel. So this comes together really quick. Once you've done easel cards, they're really easy to do. I haven't done one in a while, so everything is coming back to me. So I have my glue down, so I'm just going to kind of fold this out so I'll know where to stick this to the easel. And so I'm going to take my gift box and just line it up. Let me hold it up really quick. So I kind of want it to match this black layer. So when I stick it down, it'll adhere to this glue part, probably somewhere in the middle. Okay, I think that's good. So I'll just let this set a moment. You want it to be dry because you're gonna lift it up on the easel and it'll move around. So you want it to get dry. Okay, so while I let the glue set up here, I went ahead and put my embellishment layers together. So this is the stopper. I glued the gold down to the red. And then for my little tag right here, I glued this decorative layer down. So I have my easel and I'm able to prop it up right here. But I don't like how the white is showing in the back. So I think I'm going to cut out another shadow layer and glue it down. So I'll do that. This step is not required, but I just don't like how that looks right here. And plus I made a mess with my glue. So I think it'll be better if I cover this up. So I'll cut out a shadow layer. Let me grab it. This piece right here. And I think I'll run it through on the pattern paper and cover it up. So I'll be back. Okay, I am back. And so I ended up just using a plain piece of paper on the back because I had initially cut out the pattern paper. Let me grab it right here. But it was too hard to match up with the back. And so this is how it looks when you just use a plain piece of paper. And it does fold right here, but I still think it looks better than just showing that white part. So now we'll go ahead and we can start decorating. Okay, so I grabbed my 3D foam adhesive. So we're gonna get the stopper glued down. That's what the next step is telling us, step 5. Adhere all embellishments centered to their corresponding shadows, which I did already right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our stopper down. So I'll just get some foam dots right here because you want this to be propped up a little bit. So we're almost there. This is the fun part when you're able to decorate. So I'm just going to get the little tabs off of here so we can stick this down. Now you just play with this and you see I usually put my stopper probably about midway. Okay, I think that's a good spot right here. Okay, so let's see. So I'll turn this around. So I have my stopper like midway right here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and get my gold bow on. I think I turn it this way. And you don't have to put this on here. I think maybe I'll prop this up as well. It's already a bow embossed in the design here. So I think I'll actually prop these up as well. Get the little backs off and then we'll stick this down. Oh, I was about to put this the wrong way. Okay, so I have that adhered. And then we'll get our little gift tab glued down. I think I'll put it right here. And I'll actually glue this down. And then technically we're done. You can add some more embellishments on here. So I think I'll look through and see if I have any embellishments that I want to add, anything additional. If not, we can leave it as is because this is everything that came with the set. So anything extra is just, you know, if you have any extra embellishments laying around your stash, you can use. Okay, so that's it. So these are the instructions they give, and they have a whole ton of other embellishments on here. So let me grab a couple things and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just grabbed some embellishments right here, and some of these are Christmas and some of them are just everyday. So let's see. Here's a good embellishment right here. This is actually a sentiment. It says a gift just for you, so I think I'll use that. And then let's pick out some Christmas embellishments. They have these cute little Christmas trees. I have some cute gifts right here. I won't use this since the easel is actually a gift. Oh, they have these cute flourishes. I'm just picking out a few things. I'm not sure what I'll use. They have a cute ornament. Oh, and then they have this cute poinsettia, which is what my paper is. So I think I'll use this as well. So I'm going to take a few minutes, get my embellishments down, and then we'll come back and look at a final look at the easel card. Okay, I am back with the final look of the card. And so I added a few embellishments on the front, along with some rhinestones, just to finish it off. And then for the easel, you just stick it up like this. And so I'll just turn this around. So I just put a few decorations down here to cover up that mistake I made where I had a die on my plate when I cut this out. It was on here as well. And so honestly, I would have moved this up a little bit because a little bit of this is showing when you put the card down. But this is just a sample. So I was very happy at how this came out. And I didn't put a sentiment right here because I have one on the outside. But if you wanted to, you could either decorate this or add another sentiment on here. Okay, I am back and I got all the way through editing my video and I realized that I made an error in how I wanted my card. And so let me just hold it up for you. And so the inside of the card should have been the design part of my paper, which is on the back. So I don't know why I realized that so late, but I just didn't catch it. And this card is totally fine if I wanted to use it, but it wasn't how I intended it. And so I'm going to just redo this offline. I have my easel card right here. I picked out a different paper only because I only had one sheet of paper of this left and I wanted to save that. So I did pick out a different design. This is pretty as well and it's still the poinsettia design. And so I'm just going to grab the instructional sheet and I'll just show you right here. And so you can see, like, in all of these pictures, they have the design side of the paper inside when you open up the easel card. So that was my intention. So I'm going to go ahead and redo my card. So I'll do that off camera. But the only step that I made an error in was when I folded my easel card. This is single-sided. So just be careful with that. If it's single-sided, then you have to fold your scores a certain way. So when you cut the easel portion of your card out, you want to make sure that you fold this way if you have single-sided paper, because you want your design to be inside. You may want it to be blank, but my intention was to have it inside. And then you'll fold this up like this. So it'll be like this. So your glue will go right here. And then when you put your card down, these are not glued down, but I just want to show you real quick. So when you put your card down, it'll be like this. So when you open up your easel, the design side will be inside. Okay? And this side is still white, so you may want to cover this up as well. But for purposes of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and get this put together. And I'll be right back with the final look of the card. Okay, I am back with the final look of the card. So I'll hold this up. And what I did was I corrected and put the inside of the design when you open the easel card up. So you can see my design is in the inside. I put a few embellishments on the inside. And so you can see that the white area is still up here. So let me hold this up. On this part of the card, you can see the white part. It doesn't look bad. My recommendation will be to use double-sided paper, whether it's a solid double-sided paper or a double-sided paper with designs on it. That way you'll avoid this issue right here. So that would be my tip. But overall, I like how this came out. Take care. See you in the next video.